So, I just finished watching School DXD. That's right, that other video was just a deceit, a trickery, a misdirection to make you all think that I had given up. Good God, do I wish that I had given up. Oh! And by just finished, I mean like 30 seconds ago just finished. So this is all fresh. All of this agony. Now, this time, unlike the other video, I took notes. So to avoid that awkward rambling where I didn't actually end up saying anything about the show. Now, I didn't start taking episode by episode notes until season 2, because that's where it started getting really, really egregious. So these first few notes here will just be blanket statements about the first season. Like, the first one I have down is, if they played into the devils and their love of degeneracy, Reese's affection for someone as shameless as Hyodo could be more acceptable. But they give the devils the Tokyo Ghoul treatment. Now, what did I mean by the Tokyo Ghoul treatment? I mean, these are supposed to be, technically, the bad guys, but they don't treat them or ever show them doing anything bad or anything like that. Like, they're signing contracts to get human souls, but then never tell us what the fuck they do with the souls. I mean, and it's a charming idea, having Gremory be less greedy, less manipulative than the other demons, She wants there to be fair and equal traits. That could be a great character defining trait for her. But what the fuck are they doing with the souls? We don't know what they're doing with the souls. Therefore, it doesn't make her look any better than anybody else because we don't know what's happening with them. What the hell is that? My second note was, at least it is better than Testament of Sister New Devil. That did not age well, but at the time I did agree that it's at least a little bit better than Testament of Sister New Devil. Here's a compliment. The humor is surprisingly fire at times. If only they used 20% of that sex-fueled shitposting towards actual humor like this, I might hate myself as much as 50% less for finishing this. Also, if we're going to go full degen, let's get into this debate. I'll take this art over this any day of the week. I already downloaded the images, so I know what I'm referencing exactly. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again, garters are highly overrated. It is very rare that I've seen them truly add any real sex appeal. Debate me in the comments if you disagree. Back to the notes. My next note was, I have seen a lot of trash, but this is just peak trash, oh my god. One thing I hadn't registered after only the first episode was the sheer stupidity of Yuma's plan. She was worried about the devils recruiting Hyodo, so she kills him. But the devils get their servants by reviving dead humans. So all she did was feed Hyodo to the devils. And she does it just days before her master fucking plan. I do not, even for a second, understand the hype behind Akano as a waifu. She is a really, really, really cool character, but she does not, in the slightest, strike me as waifu material. But I guess that just comes down to personal preferences. More on that later. This provided nothing of value to my life. Wow, I was really mad. I am all for freedom of expression, but I am allowed to be disappointed in how people use and consume it. Oh my god, I was so mad! I was so mad! Oh, I was painfully aware of every second of my life that was being wasted watching season 1. I eventually just started skipping the end of the specials, not because it was hurting me anymore, but because I couldn't bear to waste my precious seconds on them. And then, I just like to get the good ending. Season 1, Special 1, Konoko kills Issei.
こんな怪物をかばうなんて。子猫ちゃん。 最低です。
Now we're on season 2. First minute of season 2 of DXD. I understand the vision now. This was in reference to my saying I didn't understand. I mean, I understand the appeal of Ria's Grimoire, but I didn't get like the full, oh my god, she's the hottest woman alive appeal. Yeah, so first minute of season 2 of High School DXD, I understood the vision. Then 1 minute 30 seconds in, and they ruined the goodwill with the stupid joke. Yeah, I remember that. I stand by that statement. Okay, season 2, episode 1. The stupid friends are actually funny now. Season 2, episode 1. Stupid Akano love confession. But at least he had a reasonable crash out this time. I actually don't remember what that's in reference to. Maybe I'll put that in the video. Season 2, episode 1. Ria Shotokan confirmed. Oh yeah, because she got excited looking at his baby pictures. Season 2, episode 1. Establishes a really good foundation for a plot. I'm actually interested. Okay, now episode 2. All goodwill has been lost with that first joke. Closing thoughts? Better than Testament of Sister New Devil. I wrote that twice. Also, how stupid is it to make an enemy out of a nun who can heal your enemies? Who the fuck would be that retarded? Yeah, I second that. I stand by that.
It's still too
Episode
early
3.
in the morning to put up with this
Konako is
pervert
such a fucking
stupidity.
vibe.
Wow, I'm standing
Episode 4. Tokyo Ghoul. Oh my god, I really was repeating myself. Tokyo Ghoul Complex, an angel looks more like Satan than literally fucking Satan. Yep. Not even Emiru could convince me to watch this garbage again. Oh, wow. Oh, I really went off on episode 4. Okay, buckle in. The main character's ability is endlessly powering himself up, but he needs to do so on a timer, which is a super interesting caveat that could make for some really cool battle strategies that they never once used, and then they got rid of the timer and replaced it with physical limits. But okay, that could still be a cool trick. Seeing him edge himself, pun not intended, that was totally intended, in a fight trying to overwhelm a superior opponent without knocking himself out. But they never do that either, so what was the fucking point? But wait, there's more! Okay, they did do the time limit thing, kind of, in the Fallen Angel fight, but they had established in the Phoenix fight that he can boost himself on command, so they already retconned that technique. And also, if that was how it worked, no matter how arrogant you are, wouldn't you immediately target the enemy that's powering itself up without a known limit? Episode 6. Maybe I'm jaded and these plot points are interesting, but all this looks fucking cringe and ridiculous with literally zero foreshadowing or relevance. Pretty cool reveal that God is actually dead. That was an unexpected twist. It's clear a lot of thought and effort was put into this scene. If only I gave a fuck about the story, but I don't. They lost all the good faith they had built up in the first episode. What was I talking? Oh, yeah. And if I remember correctly, they pulled another Deus Ex Machina with the booster. Like, it was powered up by its owner's own will. So, this thing just keeps getting stupider as it goes on. Like, his desire to suck titties is giving him a superpower upgrade. Was that supposed to be funny? Because I usually fall for stupid humor like that, but its edgelordiness was taking its edgelordiness so seriously that I couldn't tell anymore. Continuing, so does the white dragon showing up and ending the fight count as a Deus Ex Machina, or just a general disappointment and failure to the audience? Oh yeah, and here's the next note. Expectations subverted. I was expecting the rich guy to be a priest. Yeah, the leader of the fallen angels. I thought he was going to be a priest from the church, assassinating devils by summoning them. Yeah, I thought he was going to have like Hyodo take him back to Ria so he could kill her. And finally, so now the dragon power is affected by being around strong individuals. And Issei had to be told that Azazel was a strong source of power. Yep, that was dumb. Hyodo is a dumb character, but that was exceptionally dumb. Also, The dragon power just keeps getting more powers for no fucking reason. Episode 7. What the fuck is that note? Analyze the scene and rate the sexual appeal. I guess I'm gonna have to review that and decide if I'm putting that in the video or not. So that'll be an in-post edition. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh right, Konako-chan not knowing how to swim is fucking adorable. It was. That was so cute. I feel like season 2 has deeply flanderized Asya. She's kind of a cool character, sweet and interesting, but now she's deeply one note with the same two lame jokes over and over again. She's becoming nothing more than I love Issei unquestionably and have no agency of my own for reasons. Her puppy love was cute in the first season, but this guy literally has zero redeeming qualities, and if they were going to keep her as a one note character, they could at least use a different set of jokes. Yeah, it only gets worse with time. Hell, even in the last 2 minutes of the show, not including the ending credits, which should be skipped at all costs, in the last 2 minutes, they just got rid of that altogether and really just made her a nothing burger of a character. I liked Asya. I thought she was so cute. I thought she was so sweet and a really cool character. And they ruined her. Also, Yuto vibing in the pool the whole time was the best joke of the episode. I stand by that. Season 1 OVA is the second worst I have ever seen. Why is that in the Season 2 notes? I stand by it, but why is that in the... Okay, and on Season 2, Episode 8, I swapped from the sub to the dub so that I could have it playing in the background while I did other things because... Oh my god. But that was actually the best choice I had ever made. The dub... Okay, it didn't save Season 2 at all. But we'll talk about the dub in a bit. Season 2, Episode 8, Magical Yuri Incest. This show is redeemed! Yep.
Saji, what's going on here?
Oh, hey, Sona. This girl says...
I finally found you, Sona!
Who's that? Sona knows her?
I'm so happy to see you! What's the matter? You look sad. Your face is all red. Aren't you excited to finally be seeing your big sister again? I'm gonna require a lot more happiness from you. Come on! You should run into my arms and tell me how much you miss me. And then I'll say, oh, Sona, I missed you too. And I'll give you a big fat kiss and you kiss me back and that would lead to girl-on-girl action. And wouldn't that be hot?
Yeah, I loved that. That joke was so good. I loved it. And they are the best characters. They are the best pair in the entire show, and I stand by that. Like a lot else of what I'm saying here. Season 2, Episode 9. The introduction of the femboy vampire Gasper. Hyodo's dub is so sarcastic, I love it.
Sake.
You look way too hot in chicks' clothes, dude. And plus, if you don't go anywhere, who are you dressing for?
For me, I guess. I just think these clothes are cuter, that's all.
And don't look at me like I'm some freak. It's easy for you. No one's ever told you that just making eye contact with them was creepy. And you're back inside the box. How come? What's that about?
Oh, I'm sorry. If I'm talking to people, I just feel better in here. But hey, don't take it personally. I didn't close the top, right?
No, but that doesn't really make it not weird.
Oh, hey guys, having fun?
Saji, what's up?
Heard Ria's finally released her dangerous bishop, so I wanted to check things out.
Another pretty blonde? Pretty, but still a dude, man.
Dude? Why? Why have I been forsaken so?
Yeah, it's true. It did help. The dub did help a lot of me get through Season 2 a lot. The show gets so much more personality with the dub. But, yeah. No, he's so sarcastic. Don't pull that adorable bullshit on me. I thought Hyodo and Azazel were on good terms. And also, Azazel's new voice is fucking awful. The dialogue in this encounter is atrocious. Truly fucking insulting. They were recycling Asya's arc, heavily relying on cliches. Gasper's dialogue is terrible. He gets better once he gets less screen time. Hyodo's reason for liking him is admittedly hilarious. The girls are confused why Gasper can walk in daylight. He has human blood in him. Was that enough? No, he has Daywalker vampire blood in him. Contrived, but if Daywalker vampires become relevant later, I shall allow it. No, they do not. That never comes up again, ever. Ever! I don't know why, but Gasper and Issei bonding over Rias' tits is fucking hilarious. I love it. This entire episode is redeemed, and Kiba's inclusion in this discussion is funny too, yeah. So all in all, Season 2, Episode 9 was a pretty good episode altogether. If we exclude the Azazel being included in it, yeah. And why did they put a bag on her head? Right, yep. Yep. His head, my bad.
When I first saw you, it was like a dream of two beautiful blonde bombshell bishops had come true.
He's all those things too, you know. He's just a boy.
Season 2, Episode 10. Did I just hear the dragon say totes?
It can totes be done.
Right. Akano being in love with Issei is stupid. She's a cool character, but they are by far the worst ship in this entire show, and I'm including the fallen angel that killed him in Episode 1. Yuma x Issei. I'm talking about the Yuma x Issei ship, and yes, that is better than Akano x Issei. And I will die on that hill. Well, at least Issei has his priorities straight, and Akano's cheating kink is funny and based. In a fictional sense, I do not condone this in real life. I just want to clarify that. Issei says calling Akano a bad girl is too perverse for him, but wants to stop time so he can grope women without their consent or knowledge. Interesting priorities. I love Akano's English voice.
Issei.
Yo, hey! How long have you been there? Dude, I'm freaking toast.
Hi there.
Whoa!
Why is Rias monologuing to herself? Wow, I wrote a lot about Episode 10. I love the character development of Kaneko recognizing patterns of behavior from Issei to deduce what he was planning on using Gasper's powers for. That was so cool. I liked that. What is this Netflix-ass dialogue between the fallen Angel King and the White Dragon?
Rias.
I fooled. Episode 11. Wizards over-explaining their powers without prompting. What is this cliche called again? I forgot. It's been so long since I've seen it. At minute 7, Zenobia quit the church of her own volition. Why is she talking like she was excommunicated? At 9 minutes 20 seconds. What is this stupid-ass design and attack animation? I remember that. That was horrifying. Like, oh my god. And finally, episode 12 of season 2, too many fucking half-bloods, it's become contrived. The final fights are impressive like usual. This show is so fucking stupid and sometimes I love it. Using the threat of reducing Rias' chest size to motivate Issei is comedy gold. If only they could pull this humor off more often, this show would be bearable. And yes, there is a difference, but this show isn't worth an hour-long explanation of comparing and explaining what jokes did and didn't work and why. I stand by that. Even without God, the world keeps on turning is a pretty great line. Okay, so that was season 2. I messaged my dad during this sequence because apparently he was talking about trying High School DXD at some point, saying he heard it was pretty good. And I sent him a clip of one of the fight scenes with Freed and Yuto. You know the one where, well, I guess if you probably haven't seen the show, but if you have, you know. And I said that this was the best the show had to offer, or among the best the show had to offer. And he responded confusing, saying, "Okay, and this just looks like generic over the top stuff." Let me pull up the message. Let me put the message so I can read it verbatim to you. That just looks like a normally over-dramatic, semi-cringy anime fight scene. And to quote myself responding to him, yes, and yet that's one of the best moments the show has to offer. Average is among the best it gets. So, yeah. Moving on, Season 3 starts very aggressively. And I loved it. It was one of the first... It was finally starting to get seductive, the Eki. The key was finally starting to get seductive and interesting. And it didn't immediately ruin it afterwards with a horrible joke. And season 3 has a real opening. Oh my god, could this season actually be good? Quote, still feeling feisty after everything we shared this morning, end quote. Her comment implying surprise would imply that he had some release. Did Issei finally get laid? Props to the show if that became a development. No, it didn't. I'm sorry, no it didn't. Did bro finally get a good sense of humor? I'm inserting a joke there apparently. Oh my god, this is actually starting to look good. Am I liking this? The Yeki is aggressive, but in a non-intrusive manner and is actually seductive. The characters feel like actual characters again. The jokes are landing and have variety to them. We have a real opening that isn't just nipple shots. And Issei is not only bearable, but I'm actually starting to like him. We're only 6 minutes in, but I don't hate this so far. I don't hate this! 8 minutes in, had an encounter with the pervert friends, and I actually laughed. I'm scared. They didn't make a joke about the main character having a tiny penis. Holy crap, this season might actually be good.
Sexy summertime!
Babes in bikinis at the beaches and pools. My spy-dork sense is tingling with anticipation.
So the perverted trio is keeping their summer schedule open?
Shut up!
And what's this perverted trio junk?
Step off, Kiryu! We only need one creep with glasses and Motohama's a dog!
Don't lump me in the same category as that spectacled freak. It insults me.
Take that back!
Motohama's glasses can accurately measure the size of a woman's bust in the time it takes to finish this sentence!
I'd say you're packing a very respectable 36C.
Hate to break it to you, but you're not the only one with that technique.
Oh, hell no!
You've got scouting sight as well?
Now then, gentlemen, what do we have here?
Stop it!
I see.
You see what?
Length is... width is... at peak performance...
Our scouting level is over 9,000!
Oh, snap!
The gloves are off! Now I'll gauge the size of your areola.
Shut your yap and do it if you can.
Stone cold!
Scout skill standoff!
You're a very lucky girl, Asya. Your boyfriend is smuggling serious kielbasa. Really?
Kielbasa smuggling sounds like an issue that should be relegated to the authorities.
I mean his package.
The bar is in hell. And yet.
It's odd that I referenced a ship between Yuma and Issei last season, and now she's all over the first episode of season 3. Asgard, huh? Was that referenced before? No, it wasn't. The animation is quite fluid, dare I say impressive. Was it always like that, or is this new? I honestly don't remember. Why is this old man lying to Issei? That is not how nipples work. Take this from someone who's been laid. Oh, God. Oh, there were a lot of ways to play with nipples. Poking them is not an effective method of stimulation. Oh, God. Yep. That became a disturbingly relevant conversation for the rest of the season. Konoko's sister is hot, but Konoko still reigns supreme. Yep, based. Yep, I stand by that. The outro is still porn, but it's the outro, so it gets a pass.
Dude, I'm freaking toast.
Episode 3.
Hi there.
I've been busy handling things and letting the show play in the background. The plot has gotten kind of boring, but it's still... Never mind. Issei just said, shut your whore mouth to Konoko. I'm invested in this insanity again.
I have a plan. While I slap this monkey around, you guys pound that pussy. Are you the Red Dragon and his master or not?
Dude, it's a bit more complicated than that!
Kuroka is a major threat, but I don't want to fight her in front of Konoko.
Just stop. Look, it's fine. I'll come with you.
Shut your whore mouth!
You don't...
The dubbed satire is amazing. The dialogue is so stupid, but this time it's on purpose. Did I just hear Issei say Pokemon Master?
You did it! You finally boosted your power! Welsh Dragon, Balance Breaker!
You're the worst. A Red Dragon Emperor Perv Deluxe.
The combat and power leveling is silly but forgivable. Orchestra is on point and the villain is epic. Everything was drastically improved after Issei got impaled after making a hammer time pun. A suitable punishment. But yeah, things are starting to get great again. Episode 5, how many truths does Akano have? Episode 6, Zenobia's threesome. Yeah, that happened. Season 3, Episode 8, I was waiting for him to use dress break on a woman who didn't give a fuck. It finally happened. It's getting kind of dumb, but that's to be expected. So yeah, no, and that's the rest of the notes I have for Season 3. The show kind of fell off a bit after Episode 9, but it was still alright. The Grabbing Dragon song at the end of Season 3 was so fucking funny. All in all, it was a 7 out of 10 season. Am I going to rate the other seasons? No, they are not worth the effort. I cannot believe that I had fun with Season 3. Season 3 was actually good. If you're going to watch High School DXD, watch Season 1 and Season 3, and that's it. Moving on to Season 4. Same goes for Season 4 so far. Wait, what? Oh. Okay, Season 4, Episode 0. How dare they reanimate the tragic murder of Asya with this completely ass animation style. Everyone got hit hard by this, but Yuto and Issei got it the worst. Never mind, all the guys got it. Oh my god, is that Belle Cranell? Nope, it's the incredibly dangerous and imposing white dragon. Okay, seriously, what the fuck did they do to Rias? Everyone looks stupid. This is not going to get any easier, is it? Why do the intermission artworks look so much higher effort and yet cheaper than ever before? Okay, so they went with the effort of reanimating all of this, but went with a monumentally cheaper style. So what was the point of cheaping out on the animation if you're going to do a wholly unnecessary and fairly expensive episode? Oh. Okay, I can't deal with this anymore. I'm skipping the recap episode. I made it 15 minutes in. That's good enough, right? It's not relevant to the plot, right? No, I will not pussy out. I survived 2 seasons of brain rot. I can survive this. Just vibe to the Oppai song. I'm sorry, did I just hear Drag say breasticles? I'm not sure if I love or hate it. Wait, I can't show you this, but did they censor Season 4? So let me get this straight. The animation is awful. The character remodels are a crime against humanity. The plot... Well, you dedicate an entire episode to retelling one of the most moving arcs of the entire show in one episode, and now you're censoring the show, which probably means no more swearing. No. They swear. They still swear. Don't worry. The dub still has the Hyudo Issei insanity that I grew to love in Season 3. Where was I? I'm sorry, to quote my friend who watched this show and challenged me to finish it, this show is boobs. But now you've removed the boobs from the show. They had finally mastered doing eki in a seductive, unobtrusive manner. And now you've taken over the most egregious eki in anime history and are now censoring it. What the absolute fuck? I don't care too much, but I do wonder what obscene corporate brain rot must have been going through these retards' heads when they bought the rights to do Season 4 of this if they were uncomfortable with showing what the series was made for. Number 1, self-destructive PR priorities. There's a little bit of that in here, but not enough for a full diagnosis. Same for number 2, public images for sale. You clearly consider this to be... this kind of thing to be a PR issue, but you did it anyway for money's sake. Wow, I really went off. A little sentiment of number 10, catering to the 1%. The 1% being people who weren't into eki. The DXD was known for, but might still check it out anyways. Shockingly, there's a lot of 11 in here. Attaching your brand's identity to causes you don't actually support. It's a weak symptom, but applies here more than all the others so far. Titties might not be a cause, but you're investing into something you clearly disagree with. I was really disappointed. I just want to clarify that I do not care about this show. Season 3 must be protected, but the rest can burn. I was just tired and disappointed from going from season 3 to whatever the hell season 4 episode 0 was. Okay, going on. At season 4 episode 1, what the fuck is this start to season 4? I mean, season 3 had an intense start to it too, but it started with Issei waking up in bed. Now we're in some kind of wet dream, I'm guessing? This is stupid. It's more of a joke, and the horrendous jokes from the first 2 seasons kill me. I hate everything about this. The fight was finally getting good. Now everything has been dragged to a halt, and for a crappy joke that is being dragged out way too long, I hate everything about this. Oh my god. Episode 2, this show is so ass I've become apathetic to all of this. Episode 4, his sass in the fight is entertaining. Episode 5, so they can still swear. They are trying to add in discrimination to the show. At least with Asia and Gasper's sacred gears, it made sense because their gears were considered unnatural. But literally everyone else with sacred gears have been shown to lead perfectly happy, normal lives. They're even sought after as servants. Yeah, they were trying to do a plot line where the bad guy has some sacred gear user with him who's sworn fealty to him because all people with sacred gears are discriminated against, which is fucking stupid and wrong. It's like the writer of this stupid ass series wasn't paying any attention to whatever the fuck was going on. And then action sequences are cool. Moving on to episode 7, this is so ass. Episode 8, manufactured drama when Issei calls Rias president like he always does when they're about to have sex. Stupid. Episode 9, where are they talking like they just invented this game on the spot? Episode 10, the secret technique was fucking stripping? Among other things, it's just nonsensical. If she was shameless, then she should let him in close to use Dressbreaker and then use a heavy attack on him at close range, rather than just taking off her clothes. Out of everything Issei has done to disappoint Rias and everyone else in this show, this has to be by far the worst of it. I was wondering how I'd rank each season, and that stupid match nearly rewrote the entire order. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a ranking at the end of this. Episode 11. Saya Org is surprised to see Yuto using an attack that he already used in the first match. Continuity. Over-explaining a very obvious plan to the audience by explaining it to her teammate who was in the same fucking room when they would have come up with it. The incredible attack Issei uses was going forward in a basic punch. We didn't even get to see it fucking connect, and it sure as fuck didn't look lethal. I was going to give the show points for the impressive fight against Saya Org, but then they immediately do that like it was supposed to be some epic defining moment of the show. Yeah, but I'm still mad about that. If you're going to put so much weight, emphasis, and all that other stuff on it, maybe you could have taken the budget you put into episode 0 and used it to do a 10-second animation that would actually make Issei's punch look scary and threatening. Genius, I know. I mean, who could have come up with such an idea, right? I must be like a stupid lunatic for expecting some kind of effort in that moment that they're putting so much emphasis on. Lunar Equinox is a funny guy. He is. He's very funny, and I have a lot of respect for him. But he made this episode, or this video, calling High School DXD the peak of anime. I didn't watch it. Maybe that was just a satirical title, but I thought this was a guy who had his head on straight. But everybody worships this anime so much. And I don't know why. I don't. If you like this, that's fine. You're allowed to like this. I'm not some moral authoritarian or some connoisseur of taste when it comes to anime. I'm not going to judge people based on what they enjoy. Okay, I'll judge you a little bit, but I'm not going to like condemn you or say that it shouldn't exist. But this is one of the most popular and beloved anime of all time. I have never heard anybody say anything bad about this. And I've watched a lot of trash in my life. Don't mistake me for some kind of a tourist. I've seen some truly horrible anime in my time. I've been watching anime for what, 7 years now? Oh wait, no, wait. Oh fuck, is it 2026? Okay, so like 8 or 9 years now. Jesus, wow. Yeah. Oh fuck, no, I'm on 10. Oh god. Oh god, I feel old. Oh, I feel so old. But what were people thinking? Why is this so popular? I mean, it's kind of funny sometimes. And season 3 is legitimately good. I will give it that. Season 3 is great. But why? Why is this one of the most successful and beloved anime of all time? It's not up there with like Naruto, Bleach, and Fairy Tail, or One Piece, God forbid. But everybody worships this, and I don't know why. It's kind of funny. It's got interesting world building up until a certain point where then it starts just constantly violating its own rules and logic. Wait, did I ever... Wait, did I comment... Did I read off the note where I said that I understand the hype of Akano? 1 second. I just want to check. Akano... Okay, I know I didn't. Okay. In season 2, or maybe it was 3. No, it was season 2, yeah. It was season 2, episode 7 with the pool. I must have forgotten to write that down. I understand the vision. Okay, I get it. Akano, yep. I get it now. I understand the appeal. She is waifu material. I understand why people love her so much. Okay, yeah. So Rias and Akano, I get it now. I didn't get it in season 1, but I get it now. I just want to... Okay, back to the notes. Final episode, season 4, episode 12. This climax is fucking stupid. He rewrote all the rules because he felt like it. The Red Dragon Emperor is just a fucking Sharingan now. It does whatever the writers want it to do. But Saya Org is still a cool antagonist. Action is alright, and the voice actors definitely seem to be enjoying themselves in the sound booths. Yeah, there we go. Now, for my final notes on season 4, I definitely respect the writer for not reviving Yuma like I expected them to. With how heavily they kept referencing Yuma and bringing her back for visuals, I thought they were going to bring her back to life. I profoundly respect them for not reviving her. Good job there. Thank you. Yuma X Issei is still a better ship than Akano X Issei, though. I still stand by that. Also, I'll revoke a portion of my condemnation about calling her president drama. Yeah, that thing that I hated, and replace it with the yet again bullshit interruption of a dramatic scene for the harem joke, even if a couple of the lines are fucking funny.
And I'm positive that I can probably convince Issei to cheat on you with me.
Basically, the future's gonna be a hoedown throwdown.
You can count me out.
You guys are like so cute!
Here.
Come on, we can all keep making fun of Issei without blocking traffic. Don't worry, you can still try to manipulate Azia's feelings on the walk to school, okay?
I'm trying to bend all of your feelings to my will, but for you, Big Red, I would sacrifice my very life.
Granted, they do eventually get to kiss afterwards. I finished it, don't worry. But yeah, no, I did not like that. Even if a couple of their lines were funny. In spite of its best efforts, the ending was quite satisfying. As long as you skip the after credits scene. I will never watch this again, so help me Grimory if I do. In short, This show sucks.
Issei, there's been some talk of promoting you to a mid-ranking devil.
You're not just jerking me off here, are you?
That was so stupid even for this show. That got me good. I won't deny it.
Yeah, but I had to find out about it on my own. Soon as Aminian didn't tell me. I was so mad when I found out the truth, I almost attacked heaven out of frustration.
Okay, everybody. It is officially 5:15 in the morning, and after putting all of this together, I've remembered a few points I forgot to mention in my notes. That happens when you put something together over several days or weeks. Also, for some reason, I have Fua time from K-On! Playing in my head on repeat, so after I'm finished recording this, I'm gonna listen to that. So, yeah, no, I forgot to rank them. I don't know. Probably exhaustion. That's probably why. Anyways, obviously, season 3 is at the top, and season 2 is obviously at the bottom. The big question is where does season 1 and season 4 go? Which one goes in second? Which one goes in third? Because I have no goddamn clue. I'd say it's a really tough battle because while season 1 does have more and better humor, probably, you know, because if I had watched that in dub and better story and a whole lot better animation, season 4 has a lot less of the egregiousness that made me hate the show for the first 2 seasons. It has a lot less of that stuff. So while it might be a lot more boring, it's a lot less offensive to my mind. It hurts me less to watch, I guess is the words I'm looking for here. But no, I think dubbed I'd put season 1 in second, just as a guess. But in the orders of which I watched them, which is season 1 subbed and season 4 dubbed, season 4 goes in second, season 1 goes in third. And if I had watched season 1, assuming that the quality of dubbed humor was still at its peak, as it was with all the other seasons, I'd put it in second place. Oh, and the clock, I remember that when I was clipping episode 1, I got to see that again. The clock was a funny running gag. Why did they drop that in season 4? Did they drop that in season 4? I don't know. The only time I believed in the Akano ship was when she said she chose Issei to punish her father. Yeah. And, rewatching the pool episode for footage of Kaneko and Asuya learning to swim, I realized that I forgot how funny Zenobia's first advances on Issei were. And, yeah, no, it might be how early in the morning it is right now, but she made some compelling arguments, really. Like, yeah, no, I like her. Zenobia, my beloved, I would happily give you a dragon shout if I were capable and you were real. And how twisted is it that Rias was constantly manipulating Issei's parents and their memories for their convenience, and also that Issei didn't care either. That's kind of dark and disturbing, actually. Glasses Girl might just be the most based choice out of all of the characters, truly. And and this one I rewrote for myself. I am not a masochist, but also I get the impression that I'm not the only one who simps for her. And finally, these will also be pre-written thoughts. After re-reviewing the footage, I think it's perhaps worth specifying the show would probably have been a lot more bearable if I had indeed started with the dub first. But a lot of the specific complaints I had were directly correlated at 2 specific moments. Idle chatter and dialogue does not make a show. As great as the dub actors were in entertaining the audience and not taking themselves too seriously, a lot of the underlying issues would have remained. Although, while editing this, I must admit I have grown to have a love-hate relationship with this anime. I cannot believe I have been Stockholm syndromed into enjoying this garbage. Although again, it is 5:15 in the morning and I've been up all night with it, so we'll see how I feel when I wake up. While season 3 may have broken canon and lore and logic, it is still by far the best season. True. And finally, I promise that my VTuber Legend and Tokyo Ghoul reviews will be a lot better than this. This is a last minute, I hate you and only did this for a challenge review. Please forgive the horrible quality. And this is my final chart ranking all of the girls. If anyone wants, I'd happily make a secondary unlisted video link to this explaining all of my choices. Good night.